Hello. Good day to you. Good Wednesday, everybody. I apologize for my tardiness. Technical difficulties. I had to re-download this app and a bunch of stuff that you don't even want to know. So I'm going to wait till maybe one or two of you get on. I know it takes a while for this thing to kick in. Okay, we hit 2 people. Yay! Hi, Alexander. How are you doing? I definitely need to catch up with you. Anyway, so today's video blog, and I want to start doing these things because I've been wanting to do this for a couple of years. I tried doing it one year and I got off track, and stuff happens. You get busy. So my video blog today is about how to not be a hot mess in 2017, and it doesn't have to be this year, it can be forever. And I want to start today's blog by giving you guys a testimonial of what had happened to me last year. And a lot of people don't know this. I didn't share it with a lot of people, but last May, June, last year, I got very sick. And if you know me, I am a workaholic. I'm a self-confessed workaholic, and I'm very hyperactive, and that's just my personality. I've always been really hyper, and I can't stop thinking, and I can never sit down. And I started not taking care of myself, and I paid a very heavy price for that. I wasn't sleeping right. I wasn't prioritizing. And I even got to the point where I worked so much and I worked myself into the ground that I forgot to even eat. And Blanca, my marketing coordinator, can tell you, she would have to remind me, like, hey, did you even eat today? And I'd forget. I was so busy that I forgot to eat. I would do things like that. Definitely not exercising. Definitely not eating right. That was what had happened. So long story short, I was on a shoot, a very important shoot, with a client from out of town, out of state, and I crashed. I went into full-blown panic attack mode. I was sweating, shaking, and I didn't know what to do. And so I told the client, I'm sorry, but I have to leave. Like, I didn't know what else to do. I told the director that was filming with us at the time, you got this. We've been planning this for months. I gotta go. And I completely had a meltdown. I got in the car, I called my mother, and I started crying, and I cried and I cried and I cried, which I hadn't cried in years like that, which was really weird. And she's like, get home. So we went to the doctor the next day. I went to try to go to sleep. Of course I couldn't. Went to the doctor the next day. I could barely hold my head up. And I was just so out of it. Mentally, I wasn't even there, that my mom had to talk to the doctor for me. And she's like, this girl runs around like a crazy person, and she doesn't rest right, and she doesn't listen to me, and we don't know what's wrong with her, but something's wrong. And he told me that I had exhaustion. And I was like, okay, yeah, exhaustion. Like, everybody has that. I'm always exhausted. I'm a single parent of a 2.5-year-old. He was like, oh no, honey, you really did it this time. So what really kind of snapped me out of it was the fact that I mentally wasn't there. Like, I was there, but I wasn't there. And that was really scary for me because I felt like I lost control. And so the other thing that scared me was when he also told me that I'm only 31, and he was like, you're too young to be in this position. And he told me that if I didn't slow down, I was a prime example of early heart attack, heart disease, diabetes, because it runs in my family, stroke. He was like, name it, you're going to have it. He was like, if you continue on this path, you will be here a lot more than you want to be. And so I was like, no, I don't want that. I especially don't want that for my daughter. I want to be there for her and have a healthy, good life. But I just couldn't get myself out of it. So I was put on bed rest for a week. And that was really hard for me, for somebody who goes a million miles an hour. And I feel like I start my day with a to-do list, and I just check things off. And I'm just like, yeah, go, go, go. And I was a hot mess. I mean, a hot mess. I just couldn't get it together. I could not get it together. And so I had to call into work and tell Blanca, like, you're going to have to handle these things for me. And it was hard for me to admit that I had worked myself into the ground, literally. And if you didn't know this, when you put your body through exhaustion, like official exhaustion, you do muscle damage to your body. So that's why my severe fatigue kicked my butt, because I lost muscle mass in my legs and my arms and my neck and my shoulders. You really kill your cells in your body. that give you energy. And I made a really big mistake, and that was a life lesson for me last year. And since then, I've had to make extreme measures to balance out my life. And so I decided to do this video blog on how to not be a hot mess like I was, because I feel like a lot of people do the same things that I do or was doing, going 100 miles an hour, you're stressed out. And you know what was really crazy about this whole situation is that I was stressed out about really dumb things. And I had to learn to let go of the weird, like I would stress out about my daughter. Who's going to watch her? And oh my gosh, I'm not there. I'm not taking her a bath at night. I'm not reading her a book every night. You know, I would be like, where is she going to be at today? And I like, you know what? God has it in control. She's fine. And my mom would tell me, what are you worried about? She's at school, or I'm taking care of her. She's in good hands. You've provided a great home for her. You need to calm down. And I think the higher your stress levels are, the more your anxiety kicks in over things that don't matter. So if you ever find yourself extra irritable or have extra anxiety throughout the week just for no reason, it's because your stress level is really high. So pay attention to that. So I was worried about all kinds of weird things that and so I had bed rest. Yes, I got some rest, but I learned, the number one thing I did was I learned to say no. And I get asked, just like any other person with a family and friends, can you do this? Can you do that? And I would get pulled in a lot of different directions, and I would feel so guilty for saying no. Well, guess what? I don't feel guilty anymore for saying no. I am so much happier when I can say, I'm sorry, I can't do that today because I have other priorities. And it's okay. There's nobody who has cut me out of their life because I told them no. But I'm talking about, like, just doing extra stuff. I can't even get into it with you guys because this is just too crazy. But, just all kinds of stuff. Just visiting people on their birthdays. Like, I would feel so guilty if I didn't go to somebody's thing on their birthday, or an older family member that I hadn't seen in a couple months. Like, just this guilt would just burn inside of me. How could you? Like, what kind of person are you? You didn't even go visit them. And, you know, I'm like, you know what? But I can't right now. And it's okay. Do you call them? Do you text them? Do you let them know you're okay? Ask, check on them. Yes, I do that all the time. Well, then they'll be fine. You don't have to go to everything for everybody, and it's okay. Another thing that I've incorporated to not be such a hot mess is quiet time, prayer, and meditation. Now, easier said than done. I get it. I totally get it. But you have to find the place and the time that's best for you to have quiet. There has to be quiet. It has to be meditation. It has to be prayer. My quiet time now is through my exercise. Go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. 4 if I'm really lucky. And I run, or do yoga, or I get on the bike, or go to the classes. Those are the easiest thing for me. But that's my quiet time. Is it really quiet? Not really, but for me, it's just like a mental dump where just things just kind of go, and I don't have to think about anything important, and I'm just there working on myself. So I'm getting like a 2-in-1. When I exercise, I meditate while I'm exercising, and then of course I'm helping my body physically. So please make quiet time for yourself. This day and age, especially with the phone, at night is the worst for me, because all I want to do is get on Facebook, and I want to watch all your Snapchats, and I want to see like what's happening. I'm like, you know what? It's 10 o'clock, 10:30. Go to sleep. Just rest. Just relax. And pray. And don't worry about anything else, because there's nothing you can do right now. It's out of your control. And move on. Next thing I would like to say is stay fueled. Staying fueled was so hard for me, because in my job and my work, I'm all over the place. So one day I have a million appointments and a shoot, and the next day I'm at the office all day long, just doing admin stuff, sales quotes, proposals, you know, servicing the clients that we already have. So a lot of the time I'm on the road, and so that was hard for me. Like, how can I snack? So what would happen? I wouldn't eat breakfast. I would get my daughter up, get her to school, go to work, this and that, go to an appointment, and before you know it, it's already lunchtime, and I'm starving, and I don't have my lunch pack. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll up to Whataburger. I'm going to roll up to Taco Cabana and get me some tacos. That would happen to me all the time. And so of course my nutrition was horrible. I wasn't taking care of myself. Again, back to that whole exhaustion that I had last summer, I had very malnutrition. I had bad nutrition. So now I'm the snack queen. So if you need tips on what snacks to eat, ladies, the ones that can carry in your purse, I got you. I got snacks. I have seaweed chips, almonds, rice cakes. I always bring a piece of fruit with me to work because it always goes bad at home if I just leave it there. Just have snacks all day long. Water, 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 water. And I know this stuff is kind of repetitive for a lot of you, but believe it or not, once you start incorporating it on the regular and just make it a part of your everyday everyday regimen, it's your life. It's not a big deal. Organizing my day and organizing my life was huge. I was a hot mess because I wasn't organized. And for the most part I was, but I really wasn't. So how it would function is I would go to work and I would try to go to the gym and I would try to do this after work and try to do that. Then I would come home completely exhausted, spend time with my daughter, take her a bath, and then I would just like throw my clothes off and like just try to find where my purse was. And I really wasn't, my space in my room wasn't organized either. So everything was with boxes, and I just, in my room, the feng shui just wasn't there. And the whole point is to say that over the holiday, I had my best friends come over and help me reorganize my whole room, and I actually redecorated the whole room from paint, new fan, new blinds, a rug, a beautiful new bed set. I mean, I just redid the whole room because I needed that feng shui and I need that peace at my house. And my house wasn't even a place of peace for me because when I would get in the door, the dogs would be barking, the phone would be ringing, and I would answer it. My daughter, she's a toddler, so that right there can tell you everything you need to know. So it was just chaos as soon as I got home. So I didn't have peace at work during the day, and I didn't have peace when I even got home. So I was really a hot mess. So now that my room is totally organized, every day I make up my bed. And I feel so much better. And the making up the bed tip is something that's so simple, but I do it now every morning, and it's almost like my OCD. I have to do it every morning. There's a reason why the military requires you to make up your bed in tip-top shape, because it puts your day in the right direction, starts you on the right foot, and you feel better once that bed is made. You feel like, okay, I'm ready to tackle the day. I know it's so dumb, but try it. Try making up your bed every morning, and when you come home, you're like, thank you, room. Thank you for being here for me to be able to be my place of rest. I didn't have that special place of rest. So now I do. I have that at home. Before it was just a mess. It was just chaos. And that was a large part of what made me just mentally not all there. And I really regret that. Like I repeat, I felt like I lost my mind a little bit. When they tell you you're going to lose your mind, you do. I am proof of that. I'm very embarrassed to say that, but I kind of did. Like it wasn't right. I could play it like it was right during work time, but in the inside, you're just trying to just keep it together. That's all you're doing. You're just trying to hold it together throughout the day. Prioritize your day. Do yourself a favor and say, here are the things that I have to get done. And I was the kind that was really hard on myself because it'd be like, oh, Ava has Christmas party tomorrow or whatever party tomorrow, and I need to make homemade cookies, and I need to do this for the teacher, and I need to go above and beyond for her classroom. You know what? If it's not going to happen, we're going to go to H-E-B. We're going to buy the cookies in the box, and then we're going to give them to the teacher with a little card that says, thank you for all you do, because it's just not going to happen. I can't make it all happen. Sometimes, and I'm still a good mom, and I'm still a good person. Just because I didn't make the homemade Valentines with the sprinkles and the whatever candy of the, I mean, I do what I can and I'm okay with it. And you need to realize that you're not a bad person for trying to do it all. Ladies, we are the worst at this. We try to be Susie Homemaker, and we got to work a full-time job, and we got to do this, and we're on this board, and we're on this community service program or whatever. You're a mentor to people. You can only do so much, and it doesn't make you a bad person. Find the balance that works for you. Find that great middle ground that works for you, and I promise you won't be a hot mess anymore. See, I feel better just talking about this to you guys. No, but really, I feel like a lot of us live our lives a hot mess, and you shouldn't. You don't deserve a life like that. God made this life to be enjoyed. I was living it, but I wasn't enjoying it. It was like, just go, go, go. And I'm sick of that. I'm sick of living like that. And I really pray for you guys and hope that you don't live your life a hot mess. Is your hair and makeup and everything, the car going to be washed and the house going to be clean and the food going to be cooked and the baby going to be clean, the baby going to be fed at all times every day? No. And that's okay. Most people's lives are crazy, just like ours. So I just noticed that the people who have the happiest and most productive lives are the ones who keep it simple. Keep life simple. Live as minimalistically as possible. Get rid of the clutter. Organize. Start your day with the priorities only. If you can't get to so-and-so's house for the party or go for that extra coffee meeting, or you can't do whatever, don't go. It's okay. And don't feel guilty either. And I won't feel guilty if you don't watch this entire video because you have things to do. I get it. It's all right. But I hope this video helped other people who might be going through this. The reason I made this, again, is because I had exhaustion last year. That is my confession. Exhaustion is horrible. I'm telling you, you don't want to go through it. It gives you anxiety. You lose your personality completely. You lose your appetite. I mean, you lose muscle, your functionality of your muscles. It's terrible. I don't think people talk about exhaustion enough. I didn't know what was wrong with me, but that's what it was. And so I'm excited to say that I've, just reprioritized and organized myself. And so I'm not such a hot mess. And I just, it's all about the balance. Are you going to be perfect? No. But find that balance for you. I hope this helped. The 2017 goal of not being a hot mess. Don't fly. And I would like to give something away today to all my guests who are watching. Oh, what did I do? Oops, sorry. Technical difficulties. I have a t-shirt to give away. It's a HeartFire Media t-shirt. I was trying to find something to give away, but I think we gave it all away so far for the week. Let me show you guys this little t-shirt. It's not a big deal. It's really not. But I want to give it away to somebody who would want it. The first person to comment that you want the t-shirt will get it. It's just a HeartFire Media t-shirt. It's black. You could wear it to bed if you want to, or you could wear it wherever. We actually wore these for the Fiesta Flambeau parade last year. So if you want a t-shirt, just comment and let me know. And all yours. One day it's going to be worth $1 million. So I suggest you get it now. Anyway, that's my first video blog. Hope to be doing these a lot more regularly about life, about business, just leadership in general, maybe some of your finances. I love that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Let me know if you needed any advice or if you have any other tips for me. Bye, guys.